Hello everyone, this is Jeff here, and the next thing that I'm doing for the 25 episodes of is Kerbal Space Program. For this series, I'm not doing it vanilla, which is the first 25 episodes of I'm just not doing as full, straight-up vanilla, unmodded game. I'm using these mods here, which can be downloaded from this webpage, curse.com KSP mods Kerbal. And let's get started. I actually don't have it. I'm going to pin this. I'll pin it later. Do. I could have cut this out. I will in editing. Alrighty then. Here we are in the Start Game menu. Now, I have been messing around with this a little bit. There's a little save. I broke it severely. It's crap. It's gone. So we're going to ignore it. And we're going to start a new career. Difficulty options will be custom. Notably, no quick loading. I broke it with quick loading. I'll put it this way. I was testing around with stuff and just fooling around and crashed a spacecraft. And thought, oh, I'll just quick load because it quick saves on its own. Every once in a while, I'll just restore it from the previous quick save. Well, the quick save didn't work correctly. And it started from a week in real life before that point, so I lost all my progress. And so we're not doing quick loading. I'm going to allow for reverting flights. No. No respawning of crews. We're not doing that. No, we'll pay that too. Nope, and nope. Starting funds, that should be good enough. That should be good. 100%, science wards. We'll do everything 100%. We'll just take all those options off. Which will probably be like moderate or something. Difficulty level. Acceptamundo. It'll be the YouTubes. And what kind of flags? I didn't actually bring in a custom flag. I'll bring a custom flag in later. I can just import it in. It's not very hard to change. Or, actually, we can let people just submit their own flags. That would be fine, too. But for now, because I like Jeb, we're using his junkyard. Bing! Alrighty then. Go away, thanks. I have the tech, life support settings, obviously. Resource consumption rates, all standard kind of stuff for that. Because I wanted it a little bit of extra challenge. This stuff is not in vanilla. You don't have to install it. I just want some more other than vanilla. I've also got stuff for space stations installed, so I can get research from space stations. It kind of gives them a point to existing beyond what contract uses there are. I'm setting up my timer, late as usual. Bing. Here we got our little space program facilities. This place for strategies. I shouldn't click on them as I'm going through them. The spaceplane hangar. Yeah, I shouldn't click on these things when I'm going through them because loading takes a little while. The rocket assembly area, runways, launch pads. This is for contracts. Keeps track of where your space stations are. A little observatory, research center. And what was this? Yes, this is where you recruit people. I'm actually kind of disappointed they did this, because I always considered these guys kind of asexual, and they reproduced by budding. Kind of like early primitive life forms, or plants. And I've always kind of considered these guys plants in some ways. And that's kind of disappointing to me. Please don't take that wrong, but I always kind of consider that they kind of just budded off, and they grew in a locker room floor. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, I need to do contracts first before I make it the first spacecraft. So, they did make changes so the altitude records are done automatically. We'll launch our first craft, escape the atmosphere, gather scientific data from... We're not doing either one of those. because this isn't upgraded yet. If you want to upgrade, you just right-click, you see the upgrade price, and so on. Like so. And it's also where you repair things if you crash into them. So we're going to launch our first little craft. Have to have that. I'm not doing any science, because that's going to be another contract, so we're going to ignore that for now. Oh, it's using the flea. The flea! The flea! We'll use explosive. Yeah. What is it? Explosive, staging, as I like to call it. Because I don't have staging devices, so I just use these and I trigger that, it'll blow up. And we should be able to get this sucker into space. First launch! Yay! And our pilot will be Jeb. Bing. Launch. Loading. I should put this on the solid state drive. Life support crew roster. We do have life support installed. We're currently pre-launch. I believe we can see, yep, they've got food, water, and oxygen. And you can see carbon dioxide, waste, and wastewater. As time goes on, your Kerbal will use these supplies up. They will also use power, and so on. And it'll also generate waste. You can reprocess some of this waste into useful resources for your Kerbals, but you don't have to use this mod. I got this. This is the alarm clock mod. So I can set alarm clocks for important stages for other crafts, so I can send a craft and do something else and have the alarm set. And this is for docking alignments. We have nothing to dock with for now. SAS engaged! Boof! Speed record. And explosive staging! Did not quite work as well as I was hoping. I have to do the staging sooner. And also have to make sure that the parachute's on a separate stage. That's one hell of an SAS on this thing. Whee! 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 We can stop that now. Speed this up. Be careful not to have it speeding up when the parachute actually deploys, because you can rip the parachute off. That's always fun. Why is the speed not slowing? Okay, now we can speed this up, and he will be down. Pink, recovery time. Get some science. Bunch of funds now. Yay! XP gained, and we've done 3 contracts. You can see what the rewards were, what their science level was for the reward, and so forth. A little bit of money. Then we go back. Gather science data from Kerbin. Boof. And then we'll orbit eventually. What other ones do I have? Set altitude, distance, speed, escape the atmosphere. Okay, brilliant. Now, there are easy ways to gather data, one of which we'll be using. Go to Science. I'm not entirely sure what these are for. These are for Kerbal Engineering. I'm going to have to look into that more. Put that on. We'll go grab a different crew member, actually. Ew! You come off. Get in there. No, wait, not you. Bob! You're the scientist. Okay, so we got that installed, and launch. There we go. You... Crew report. Good. EVA. You... EVA report. Good. Board. Observe the goo! Keep. Observe more goo! Keep. And there we go. That's a good way to start getting basic data. And we got 10.8 science from that. And now we can go to the science area, and let's see what we can get. We can get these, which are useful in their own way, or we can get these engineering things, which has a stack decoupler, and wrenches, and so on. And a user guide for the Kerbal inventory system. So we'll research that, research basic rocketry, and we'll definitely need life support, so we're going to research life support. Oh, I've got 141,000. Okay, so buy all those. We'll buy all those parts, and we'll buy all of these parts. Let's see, what else is in there? Oh, it's just life support, basically. And landing strut, heat shields, service bays. So now we can actually make more better craft. Structural stack decoupler. I clicked outside the window. We need engines. We don't really need life support right now. Throw that there. Go back to here. Throw the bigger engine on. We'll throw Jeb back in. You come out, Bob. You go back in, Jeb. And I think this will do. Yep, this will do. You can see with the, because I got this reporting thing, we can see data on the vessel, like the delta V, the mass, the TWR, the number of parts, which has a nice 2 of 8, because I think I can only build a certain number of parts onto this thing right now. Yep, there's 8 of 30 that I can put in the mass of 18 tons. Let's see, we got the resources, monopropellant, food, water, the oxygen levels for the life support and everything right there, and then solid fuel levels. And then up here tells us the cost of the parts of each stage, the mass of each stage, the thrust of each stage, torque of each stage if you got those control things in there, TWR, delta V, and so on, the burn time. Launching! Gives you, all these mods give you extra information. If you're playing just vanilla, don't have all that information. And up we go. Turn it sideways a little bit. Observe the mystery go. Keep. We send this off. As we're getting our speed up there too. Speed record. We up in a different area of the atmosphere? Yes. So you're going to crew report that. Keep data. And you're going to observe the mystery goo. Now that we're in a different area of the atmosphere. And we'll keep that. And then we're going to throw that away. Take that off. And go in for a landing. First land distance record of 5,000 meters. These early things, these early records are really easy to get, as you can tell. Hopefully those debris don't follow down and hit me, because that would kind of suck. Ooh, you can actually see that from now. It looks like there's a tear in the ground. Here's a fault line. At 5,000 feet, trigger that. 5,000 meters, we don't use feet in this game. And around 500 meters, slow time down, ding. Wait for parachute to deploy. Always a good precaution to take, because this thing will rip off under certain conditions if you're using accelerated physics. okay, something just crashed. One of the other parts. An extra thing, we're now in the ocean, so what I can do is have, I can tip this over. EVA and extra science. And you can see there's food and everything in the spacesuit themselves. Board. Okay. And recover. And that gave us 18.5 science. And a bunch of money back. We have 137,000 in funds. And a good reputation. So what I can do now is, because this is only 75 grand upgrade, and it allows more active contracts. So we're going to do that. Yeah, I know, there's nothing found. And now we don't actually have a bunch of contracts available to do anything with. But that allows me to have more active contracts. Set speed record of 750 meters a second, distance record of 11, altitude of 11.5. And all this will give me extra money as we complete it. But I've only got about a minute left in my timer, so I'm not going to immediately jump to the next mission. Let's see. General rocketry gives me an extra booster. And control and stability gives me extra stability stuff. None of which I'm going to worry about that right now. So we're going to grab general rocketry. Do I want to purchase the parts at the moment? I have a lot of money. I've got enough money. Parts purchased. And we will see you next episode. I'm going to cut it off before the alarm even goes off, because with 30 seconds, there's nothing left for me to do. So, we'll see you next episode. Hope you're going to enjoy the new series.